I wanted to touch base with you. I will be taking a break from posting for a while. I'm not sure how long. And I'll tell you why. I have other things I must get done. And I also want to tell you that I've always enjoyed reading very, very much. I'm an older reader. I was born in the early 1950s. We were a generation that reads, even though most women in that era did not go on to college. Boys and girls alike most likely got better educations in grade K through 12 than what many receive today in public school. Therefore, reading was easy. We learned how to use the library, how to do research, sources. In fact, that was one of the little, I don't know, 6-week courses I took in my last year of high school was doing research. Of course, you didn't have the internet back then, but they always drove home how important facts and things were. I also want to tell you this, that I would graduate in 1970. And for students that really didn't have the inclination to go on, they were streamed into another path in school. Your brighter or maybe better well-to-do students or academic types were streamed in another direction. But it was quite subtle, and I don't think a lot of us even realized it was happening. The hardest class I took, and you can tell I'm not the academic type. I wised up because of all my reading throughout the years. The hardest class I took in high school was English. That first year of English where you have the mechanics, the basics, how to structure a sentence, all those was the hardest class I took. I wasn't a math genius. Algebra wasn't my thing. I never even made it into geometry. But without the language, you weren't going anywhere. They made sure that my age group could read and write. And I have to tell you, in my father's age group, the World War II age group, what came out in the early 70s is so, because this was a farmer generation, many more people lived rural, but many of the boys left school early and they didn't really learn how to write. And that would come out in the very early 70s. But I can tell you, my age group, my generation, we had a very good grasp of English, far above what people get today. All you have to do is go online and see all the misspellings and the bad use of past tense and such. People don't even know how to change the time within a sentence structure around. But I'm going to be taking a little break. The other thing I wanted to address was in the last couple of years, it's gotten more difficult to come across books that interest me. As of right now, I have come across way too many books that are the same. People, younger writers, seem to be writing a lot about the same kind of topic. Also, libraries have changed in the last few years. There is censoring, and they must cater to a younger, diverse generation that really aren't readers. So finding books to post has become more difficult. It seems to me very recently, maybe in the last 4 or 5 years. Also, because of the climate that we're living in, for the first time in my life, I moved and am living in a rural area. There are libraries here, but the censoring is in your face. So I just wanted to say, I try not to post just anything and something that was readable for me, but it has become difficult to find enjoyable, entertaining books in the last few years. I go through many books and post only those that I think have some kind of entertainment in them or maybe an important subject matter along those lines. But I do go through, and I find myself skipping over far too many books and posting far too few books. So that's kind of where I am. I recently signed up with, what is it, Amazon or whatever. It's, unlimited Kindle. And you can read as many books as you want throughout a month. And I've been on there probably since the first of the year. And to tell you the truth, this last month around, I didn't even hardly use it. There really wasn't much on there. And what I found myself dealing with was going up against the search capabilities on Amazon. They've revamped the site. And as soon as you click a book and you just want to see what it is, they stream you right into a same path that's going to bring you a whole bunch more of the same type of book. And no matter what I tried or how I searched, because I did move around a little bit, I couldn't get myself out of that loop to discover books that were off the beaten path. And I'm sure Amazon does have those books, but it's very, very difficult to get to a different style of book. So this is what the system is doing. It's what we're all up against. And, if someone made it to the end of this, I would like to hear comments. But thank you for listening.